Check. Okay, so let's do this. We've got some math problems to take care of. So I did number 1 and number 6 in class, so we're going to just start right here. Let me make this bigger so that we all can see it. The way that we undo subtraction is by addition. So that gives us negative 2a equals, this would be positive 4. We then divide both sides by negative 2. And a is negative 2. Next, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. That's going to give us 3v equals 21. Divide both sides by 3. That gives us v equals 7. Next, we're going to add 4 to both sides. Negative 3c equals 6. We're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And c equals negative 2. Over here, we're going to add 2 to both sides. And that gives us 3z equals, that's negative 24. So we divide both sides by 3, and z equals negative 8. Next row, we've got plus 2, plus 2. To undo the subtraction, 3y equals 12. We divide both sides by 3, and y equals 4. We then subtract 8 over here, and that gives us negative 3c equals negative 18. Dividing by negative 3, that's going to give us a positive 6. Over here, we subtract 7 from both sides. That gives us 2u equals negative 2. We divide both sides by 2. That gives us u equals negative 1. Number 4, we've got minus 1 to both sides. That's 2z equals 14. We divide both sides by 2. Z now equals 7. Over here, we're going to add 8 to both sides. Adding 8 to both sides, we get 2c equals negative 10. We divide both sides by 2, and c equals negative 5. Over here, this one's a little tricky. I'm going to rewrite it as 3a plus 1 equals negative 5. And so we're going to now subtract 1 from both sides. That gives us 3a equals negative 6. We divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. A equals negative 2. Last set of problems. I'm just going to write them down as positive right there. So we're going to subtract 7, and that's negative 2b equals 4. Divide both sides by negative 2. And b equals negative 2. Over here, we're going to add 5 to both sides. That's 3a equals, oh goodness gracious, that's negative 18. And so we divide both sides by 3, and a is negative 6. Over here, we're going to add 1 to both sides because that's a negative 1. So we have negative 2u equals negative 12. And then we divide both sides by negative 2. And so u equals 6. So there's our first page. Our second page looks like this. Ba-dum. Opening with Cami. Waiting for it. So we've got I did the first 2 in class, so won't do those. You're fine. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. X over 3 equals 3. Multiply both sides by 3. That gives us x equals 9. Over here, we're going to add 4 to both sides. So we get c over negative 2 equals 3. Multiply both sides by negative 2. And so c equals negative 6. Over here, we're going to add 3 to both sides. That gives us a over negative 8 equals 5. We multiply by negative 8 to the left and to the right. So a equals negative 40. Over here, we're going to add 2 to both sides. Z and negative 5. And then right here, we have 3 plus 2 is 5. So we multiply by negative 5 to both sides. And then z equals negative 25. Next row, we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. So that gives us z over 6 equals 4. We multiply both sides by 6. And so z equals 24. Over here, we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. That gives us u over 3 equals negative 2. We're going to multiply both sides by 3, and that gives us negative 6. This becomes plus positive, and so we then subtract 8 from both sides. A over 6 equals 4. We multiply by 6 to both sides, so A equals 24. Finishing up, we add 7 to both sides. This one's a little tricky. You got negative u over 5 equals 5. Remember, this negative can go either to the top or to the bottom. So I'm going to drag it down to the bottom, and that means that I'm going to then multiply by negative 5 to both sides. So that means that u equals negative 25. Over here, same thing. We're going to add 5 to both sides. So we have negative u over 6 equals negative 9. But wait, this negative sign we want to drag down to the bottom. So it's negative 6 that we're multiplying by. And negative 6 times negative 9 is positive 54. Over here, we're going to add 5 to both sides. That gives us negative a over 7 equals negative 9. So again, we're going to take this, drag it down to the bottom, multiply both the top and the bottom by negative 7. Sorry, multiply the left and the right by both by negative 7. So a equals negative 9 times negative 7 is positive 63. Down here, we've got plus positive, so we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. V over 7 equals, that would be 6. We multiply both sides by 7, and so V equals 42. Then here we subtract 9 from both sides. That gives us u over 9 equals 6. We multiply both sides by 9. That gives us that u is 54. And last but not least, we subtract 9 from both sides, and that gives us v over 3 equals 9. So then we multiply 3 by both sides, and 9 times 3 is 27. There you go. Hopefully this helps you be successful. Thanks. Bye.